Hey, it's St. Thompson here with a review. My first review of the anime that ended recently, Bokura wa Minna Kawaisou. Or in English, the Kawai complex got the Manors and Hostel Behavior. The ridiculously much longer title in English. Anyway, let's get right into it. This anime is about a boy named Usa Kazunari. His parents had just moved away on a job transfer, so they moved him into the boarding house so he can still attend high school. This boarding house is called the Kawai complex. He's only seen pictures of it so far, but from what he's seen, he says it looks pretty beautiful, it looks good. And so he's excited about going to go see it and live out the rest of his high school life alone, have the good life. But while he's walking by an elementary school, because, well, I guess the Kawai complex, the road to there's an elementary school right here. So he's walking by the elementary school, and this guy, this strange looking man, looks like a pervert. He's just peeping his head through a fence in the elementary school. And his first reaction is he should probably call the police in situations like this. He starts to call the police when the strange man turns around and he says, "This is not what it looks like, man. Bro, this is not what it looks like. I was walking by, I saw this hole, so I had to peek my head through it, because I wanted to find out what it's like. I have no thing going on for elementary school girls, only high school girls, which is still, pretty gross, I guess, because he looks around 40. So he starts to call the police. Well, while a police officer randomly walks by and sees what's going on. Well, that man's head is still through the fence. His head's still through the fence at this point. And he's like, "Well, what's going on here? I'm going to have to take you in." Usa's like, "Whoa, this is not me. That's him. Please, I just saw him. I was about to call the police, actually." And so the man who had his head peeking through that elementary school fence, he starts telling the police his story that he told, exactly what he told Usa. And the police is just eating it up. He's just like, "Oh yes, we do get curious about what happens to things. What happens if we do stuff?" He's eating it up. After several events happen, well, not events, exchanges of talks and whatever, all the other stuff. Usa takes his chance and he runs. He just splits out of there while the police takes him in for questioning. After Usa ran pretty much for his life, so he wouldn't get involved in any of that. So he wouldn't get mixed up and won't get a record. He wouldn't enjoy his peaceful high school life if he had a record. And so he gets to the Kawai complex. He sees it. He's like, "Oh man, this is amazing." He goes to the room. He's like, "This room is bigger than I thought. Like, so cute." The landlady mentions his roommate once he breaks his bad news and says, "This isn't all your room. You only have half of it." And guess whose roommate is? Is that strange man who was peeping his face through that elementary school fence. I forgot to mention this earlier, but he said that he knew who Usa was because he saw pictures of him. He mentions that, "I saw pictures of you, so I knew that you were my roommate, and why didn't you help me out then?" So Usa's dream of living alone in high school and living peacefully is pretty much already ruined now, because he has some creep living right next to him. Literally, all they have separating them is a cloth. So he's down in the dumps. He's like, "Why, Mom? I wanna." He hits up his mom on the phone. He's like, "Mom, can I please leave?" She's like, "No. How much money I pay for this." Things are all bad for Usa because he finds out that the girl he saw in the library, who he thought was stunningly beautiful, lives pretty much right next door to him, a neighbor. You know, it's like a house, though. She lives a few rooms away in the girl section, though. In the girl section. Can't go in that girl section. Cannot pass that girl section. They'll beat you with one of these real hard. Usa's pretty happy about this, being able to live in the same house with a pretty girl from high school named Ritsu. Her name is Ritsu, Kawai Ritsu. Her grandfather actually owns Kawai Complex, which gets revealed later. That's a spoiler, sorry. And anyway, I'm really sorry for that spoiler. Probably shouldn't have said that. There are two other residents besides Shiro, Saki, and Ritsu. These other two residents are Sayaka and Mayumi. And one other person lives in the Kawai complex too. The landlady, Sumiko. She also lives in the Kawai complex. A really great aspect of this anime is the different character actions we get. When we get different Usa's little thing he has going for Ritsu. Well, it's like a one-sided love, kind of. I guess you could say it. Yeah, you could probably say that. They get stronger as the series progresses, but it's kind of one-sided up until one point. And, yeah. And Mayumi and Sayaka, whatever they got going on there, their little comedy routine, I guess, is really funny. And Shiro, every time he gets punished, like, he's a masochist, so he enjoys punishment. It's just hilarious to see him just tied up and he's like, yes, I want more. And Sumiko, the landlady, she's kind of like the glue to keep everybody, Usa's, he's actually the glue. But Sumiko is like some glue that keeps everybody together and, you know, keeps them from fighting each other, like going overboard. Like whenever Mayumi starts making fun of somebody, Sumiko just stops her, like she threatens her in a nice way. She's like, it's like some psychopath being like, if you don't stop, I'll cut you. Like, kind of like that. You know, she laughs while she's doing it. And so it makes it seem like she's not threatening her, but Mayumi gets it and she stops her right away. This anime explores several different genres: comedy, slice of life, and romance. But really big on a comedy and slice of life. We don't see much romance going on, besides, you know, the little points like Usa's one-sided love and whatever Mayumi has with their mini boyfriends or ex-boyfriends. And you don't see that much romance. It has a romance genre, but you don't really see that much. Really big on comedy, though. Like, huge on the comedy. Like, there is not a single episode I haven't been laughing. And one more thing. It's kind of like drama, I guess. There's that one episode. Big on the genre, you know. It really, like, I think it was episode 7. Yes, episode 7. Where it kind of explored the deaths of what's going on right now in society, like how people make fun of other people from perceptions, from, you know, your own perceptions of what's going on. Back to that comedy I was talking about. It's really, really, really big on that comedy. Like, I was laughing like for an extended period of time, like for the whole episode. Most times for the whole episode, they have all these different jokes and, you know, different, like, the way they interact is also really funny. The way Mayumi and Sayaka, their interactions, I keep mentioning that, but their interactions are knockout funny. And there are times when you see a joke going on, you know it's a joke, and most times in other anime, when it's clear that's supposed to be a joke, but it's not really funny. But in this anime, it's actually funny. Each episode feels like it lasts a very long time. Not like it's boring. It feels so long because it's boring. It's really good and it feels long. It's like you get so much content from just one episode, you leave feeling satisfied. You can wait a week for the next episode. Like, you don't get that with most anime. You're just like waiting for the next episode, like you're about to die because you ain't have the next episode. But I can actually wait a week with this anime because I'm satisfied with the episodes most times. Like most times. Like, I think there was that one time I didn't really, like, you know, not enough content, I guess. And I'm basically reaching the end of my review because I don't want to have so many spoilers. It kind of ruins the experience for you. I want you to go and watch it and, you know, experience all that goodness of this anime for yourself. But my final thoughts on this anime is that this anime gave me a very, very warm feeling down here. It made me feel like it put my mind at ease, basically. It's like I could sit back, watch an episode, you know, come in from a stressful day. Not like I have very many stressful days, but if I had a stressful day, I could come in, watch it, and be smiling right afterwards. So I 10 out of 10 recommend this anime, but for my rating, I'd have to give it an 8 out of 10. I can't give it anything less because of all the times I've laughed and I have enjoyed it so much, but I can't give it anything more because I would have loved to see a little bit more romance between Usa and Mitsu. We don't see any of that until, you know, pretty much the very end. That's the end of my review for the Bokura wa Minna Kawaisou, and you already know that long English title, so I'm not going to say it. And thanks for watching. Goodbye. Subscribe if you want to come back for more. And yeah, appreciate it.